to release energy from the body. And you may feel that you don't want to do that. Oh, people are watching or whatever. This is the program we need to step out of. Like thinking that you are judged, that you are seen, and making it okay for you to be seen. Stepping out. Stop hiding. That's the old program, hiding who we really are, as opposed to the new way, which is unashamedly ourselves. And during that journey, you just let it all arrive, whatever needs to arrive. That we were all standing on at the start line, including me. I'm right there next to you. I'm not in front of you. We're all next to each other. And it's the start line, and it was like we were going to do this 100-meter race. And we're all there together at the start line. And that's what it felt like the new way is. Last year, many of you would know, was the year of the snake, where we did a lot of shedding all the things that no longer resonate. This year is the year of the fire horse. So we bolt. We move forward together in the new way. And there's excitement, but there's also nervousness too as we step into a new way. And we need to let that be okay as well. So this ceremony is the starting line. This ceremony is when you start breathing, that's when the gun goes off, and we just let it all arrive. And so how I used to live was very much the old way a number of years ago, where I tried to control outcomes, tried to use the mind always when I made decisions. But now the way that I make all my decisions is purely by connecting to my resonant field. And when you live this way, it takes so much pressure off because you don't have to think about it. You just flow. You're not exhausted with overthinking because you don't need to think. I just connected to my inner wisdom as often as possible. I stay away from the noise. And so when we live in the new way, we live and shift to alignment. So rather than getting into this survival mode, we're in presence mode. The new way is about stillness. So there is one source, one reality, expressing itself as all creation. Right now, we think that we are all separate, when in fact, we all come from the same place. And that's what makes this so perfect and beautiful, because we are expressing ourselves as our essence. And yet the paradox is that we try and express ourselves as someone else. I remember when I was doing my hypnotherapy training, I'd have people come up to me, hypnotherapists, and say, I want to be just like you. And then I'd be like, no, you do not want to be just like me. You want to be just like you. Because just like you is perfect. There are no accidents in this world. God created you. And when I say the word God, because sometimes I do, you can use that word any way you like. You can be a force greater than you. You can use the universe, whatever it is. If God doesn't resonate with you, that's okay. You don't need to take it on. So how do we do this? How do we step into the new way? By learning to pause long enough to feel what is true. But we need to let the nervous system settle and allow choices to arise from clarity rather than pressure. So my invitation for you today is that you start to recognize patterns in yourself when you leave here today that belong to the old way, because that's where the power lies, where you recognize the old patterns. And even when I talk about the new way, I'm not at all inferring that I never default back to the old way. Of course I do. but I'm very, very aware of it when I do it. So to start with, we are in the old way and we're not even aware that we're in the old way. It's just the way we live our life. And then we see the old way and the new way, and then we see ourselves default back to the old way because life isn't linear. We don't just head up into this straight line. We go a few steps forward and then one step back, a few steps forward, one step back. And it's all about observing when we go into the old way. It's not about you're never going to get into the old way again because we are human. It's part of the human experience is to experience everything. But it's about recognizing, look at me. I wanted everything to be perfect and it wasn't. Now, is that okay that it wasn't perfect, Eleni? Like having this chat to myself. Actually, it's okay that it wasn't perfect. And just what do I need to do because my nervous system is rattled now? What do I need to do so I can get back into equilibrium? And normally it would be something, in the olden days, it would be something distracting, work or something. No, that keeps you in that vibe of being unsettled. And so I needed to just sit and breathe until I felt myself go back into equilibrium so that I could continue the rest of my day because things will happen to all of us. 2026, watch out. Stuff is going to happen, but it's about noticing when you're out of equilibrium and actually then putting yourself back into it. Because the new way is about living our life in a way that does not cost us our peace. That's the bottom line. When you're making a decision, is this costing me my peace? Because we think that being happy is what we're after. It's not. It's peace. It's peace. That is what the new way is. It's peace.